Picture comparison with the villa's online photo gallery confirms the fight happened in the master suite. Multiple people watched the fight, encouraging Quella to fight back.
Quella, can you at least fight back?
No. She says no before she's thrown to the ground and punched and kicked in the head and back of the neck. Says on October 29th at 2:13 p.m., the group called for a doctor, telling that doctor Robinson drank too much alcohol and they wanted to give her an IV. At 3:15 p.m., the doctor arrived and noted Robinson had a poor verbal response in a drunken state with stable vital signs and was dehydrated. Dr. Karolina Beatriz Ornelas Gutiérrez recommended they transfer Robinson to the hospital, but her friends insisted they treat her on site. At 4:20, Robinson had a seizure, and that's when her friend, named in the report as Winter Donovan, called 911 to request an ambulance. During that time, Robinson's condition deteriorated. Dr. Gutierrez declared her deceased just before 6 p.m.
Lie, 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 lie. I'm gonna stop y'all right there. All y'all doing is lying. The nurse lying, the police lying, and the news article lying. All that stuff she left this earth at 6 p.m. is a lie. All that stuff they talking about, they working on her for hours was a lie. All that stuff was they was sticking stuff on her wrist and they couldn't get it in and she started shaking. All that's a lie. That was a lie. And the Cabo 6 paid the nurse to cover it up to make a false police report. They all in cahoots. Police, government, and the nurse. All that stuff was a lie. The only truth is the real autopsy, which told us that she left this earth 15 minutes after they put pulse on her, was around 3 o'clock. All the Cabo 6 are liars. The nurses are liars. The police people are liars. The media in Mexico is liars. And the government is lying. Okay? Check it out. I knew it. Girl, let me tell y'all, DJ, stop the beat. It is a mess out here. Let me tell you, the Mexican government, the Mexican police, and the Mexican media news outlet is all covering up. They is working with the Cabo 6 and is being exposed, y'all. I was just on Chronicle Spreaks, Tessa Tales, and a few other people. And this is what they're saying. And comment below if you heard otherwise. They are saying that the nurse at the villa, you know what I'm saying? The Cabo 6, her best friend, and those other people over there, they paid the nurse to cover it up. And the reason why the nurse didn't want to tell the truth to the police people is because they fear that if the truth got out about death in the villa and how it happened, that it would bring less tourists to the venue. It was all about the money. This goes out on the media, and next thing you know, nobody gonna want to visit, and it's gonna have a bad reputation. So that's what they were feeling there. They said that the reason why Shanquella money was stolen because her best friend took all that money, was paying off the nurse to lie to the police, and that's why the nurse is lying to the police, and police got everything. That's why everything is so mixed up, mumbo jumbo. And we're gonna clear all here on this live, this little video right here. Shout out to Chronicle Speaks. As you guys can see, when I tell y'all got to go over there. She be having the truth, okay? She said she talked to the Mexican reporters and everything. Look at this. Chronicle Speaks. Shout out to her. And you see the article. Shanquella, new information reveals police stole her money and lied with the doctor to cover it up. Did not tell you, they all in cahoots with it. Same here. Tessa Tales, she is talking about this too, and she's bringing the tea. As you see, Mexican government officials under investigation for cover-up. Didn't I just tell y'all they all involved? You can't and that's why y'all cannot trust these news articles. Y'all can't trust the police people. Y'all can't trust nobody, not even the government. Okay, I've been telling y'all this. Okay, because y'all swear that they all talking and telling the truth. And let me tell you something about laugh, gags, and gossip. Shout out to her, honey. She be doing some digging, okay? And what she came up with is, did you know Winter Donovan have a YouTube channel, girl? Yes, this her. Allegedly, this is her. Talk about some anxiety. Look at this, Winter Donovan, girl. Let's play a little clip before we play that news article. Check this out.
Anxiety is when you you kind of like.
That's her. Look at her. Look at her.
Hyperventilate a lot, and you like.
That's the one that grabbed her by the neck and did the final blow. And they all looking for you, winner.
So like she gets.
You gotta. This is a good picture of her.
Do you know what OCD is? OCD is when like everything has to be neat and you.
But that's her. It's just a video of her doing interviews, interviewing people, asking the same question about anxiety and OCD. All right, so let's move on. All right, so this is the timeline I got over here. Shout out to True Talk TV. They posted this up here. Shout out to them. And I want you guys to listen to this news thing because it's going to clear all this up. Check this out.
And in the inconsistencies that need to be cleared up. Family says Shanquella Robinson arrived to their luxurious Ocean View home, Villa Linda 32, on October 28th. The guest list notes there were 7 people on the trip. Robinson called her mom to tell her a chef was cooking them dinner that night.
I said, well, okay, I love you, have a good night.
And she talked to her the next day. We know at some point Robinson was violently assaulted by another woman inside the villa. Picture comparison with the villa's online photo gallery confirms the fight happened in the master suite. Multiple people watched the fight, encouraging Quella to fight back.
Quella, can you at least fight back?
No. She says no before she's thrown to the ground and punched and kicked in the head and back of the neck. Investigative reporter Gerardo Zuniga with Metropolimix shared the police report with Queen City News. It says on October 29th at 2:13 p.m., the group called for a doctor, telling that doctor Robinson drank too much alcohol and they wanted to give her an IV. At 3:15 p.m., the doctor arrived and noted Robinson had a poor verbal response in a drunken state, with stable vital signs, and was dehydrated. Dr. Karolina Beatriz Ornelas Gutiérrez recommended they transfer Robinson to the hospital, but her friends insisted they treat her on site. At 4:20, Robinson had a seizure, and that's when her friend, named in the report as Wenter Donovan, called 911 to request an ambulance. During that time, Robinson's condition deteriorated. Dr. Gutierrez declared her deceased just before 6 p.m. The doctor was with Robinson for nearly 3 hours, a large discrepancy with her death certificate, which says she died 15 minutes after her injury. Another inconsistency, her time of death, which is noted as 3 p.m. on her death certificate and 6 p.m. in the police report. Police who were called to the villa at 5 p.m. arrived at 5:25. They tell Queen City News friends also told officers Robinson had alcohol poisoning, something they say they knew was false when her autopsy came back. On November 9th, Robinson's mother, frustrated and seeking the truth, speaks to Queen City News, telling us she doesn't believe the story her daughter died of alcohol poisoning, something her so-called friends were also telling the family. On November 10th, Robinson's body arrived back home to family along with her death certificate, which listed her cause of death a severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, which is instability in the top vertebrae in the neck. It indicated to family she had been beaten. On November 16th, only after news agencies pressed Mexican authorities on the suspicious death did they share a press release stating they were investigating the death of a woman at Fundadores Beach Club. 2 days later, November 18th, the FBI announced it had launched an investigation into Robinson's death, nearly 3 weeks after she died. Now, in that police report, the doctor lists her cause of death as cardiac arrest, not a severe spine injury. One thing that's remained consistent is that aside from statements made from friends, there's no mention of alcohol in Robinson's body or as a cause of death. Brian.